Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from Breitbart. This is dated May 20th, and it's from John Nolte. Again, I've expressed my admiration for the man and his articles, and this is an article that made me go, what? Really? And I've seen this come out in the last few days as well. It says, Goodfellas slapped with fascist cultural stereotypes trigger warning. Because our society is just stupid. So let's see what Mr. Nolte has to say here. It says, Fascist AMC has slapped Martin Scorsese's 1990 masterpiece Goodfellas with a trigger warning for cultural stereotypes. Now, before I even go further, why do you at AMC think this is a cultural stereotype? Not all Italians are gangsters. In fact, barely any of them actually are. So, you guys thought that and decided to slap it on there? I don't think most people would call that a stereotype. But anyway, says this film includes language and or cultural stereotypes that are inconsistent with today's standards of inclusion and tolerance. And there it is, those last couple words there, inclusion and tolerance. Says the warning reads, and may offend some viewers. Yeah, if you're just a pussy, I guess. Says to the simple-minded, this might seem harmless, but it's not. What you have here is a fascist multinational corporation telling you how to interpret and react to a piece of art. It's not how art is supposed to work. This is no different from a museum hanging a sign that interprets the Mona Lisa's smile for you. Yeah, it's basically telling you how to feel, right? No, I get it. It says these trigger warnings, which have also been used to vandalize classics like Gone with the Wind, also remove the best part of watching these movies, which is struggling with the morality of what you witness. What I mean is this. It says one of the many brilliant aspects of Goodfellas is how it makes us complicit. As Henry Hill, that's Ray Liotta's character, rest in peace, Ray Liotta should say that, just takes us on an outsider's tour of mob life. We're dazzled and intrigued. These guys are cool. These guys are having a blast. These guys aren't wasting away in a cubicle, barely staying ahead of the monthly bills. They say what they want. They do what they want. They laugh and drink and play cards. What a life. What makes Goodfellas moral is what happens next when it all came apart, and we discover that these are not run-around guys flouting the rules, but cold-hearted gangsters with no sense of loyalty or friendship. Watching Goodfellas forces us to come to terms with our complicity and teaches us an important lesson as our complicity blows up in our face as the bodies pile up. Henry Hill got sucked into the glamour and lost his soul. You and I get sucked in but don't lose our soul because we never left the house. If you are told up front that this movie is racist or whatever, if you're pre-warned that these are bad guys, you will miss the lesson that comes with one, siding with them, and two, then being betrayed by their true personas. It's a good way to look at it. I never saw Goodfellas that way, but I guess that's why you feel the way that you do when you're watching it, is that you get taken in by the fact that everything seems cool, and then turns out it ain't that at all. The whole idea of trigger warnings is fascist, anti-art, an insult to the viewer's intelligence, and ultimately destructive because it is through the kind of moral dilemmas a movie like Goodfellas hits us with that we are forced to think through what we've just experienced. And it is through this emotional struggle and attempting to make sense of it that we gain wisdom and maturity. Goodfellas is not looking to offend anyone. I would totally agree with that. It is not one of those movies at all. It is a parable, a teaching tool about how a life of gangsterism and evil only leads to despair. Doing the thinking for someone else, which is what these lame-ass trigger warnings do, stunts our emotional growth. But that's probably the whole idea. The left wants a country full of helpless, emotionally stunted, immature babies. They are much easier to control than those of us who think for ourselves. Spot on there. As in, yes, these kinds of trigger warnings are very different from content warnings about sex, violence, and swearing. Content warnings do not judge. Trigger warnings judge, and judging is the viewer's job, not the job of Hollywood's fascist and sanctimonious elites. So what do you guys think about this? What do you think about Goodfellas getting slapped with a trigger warning for offensive stereotypes? I think that's just dumb in every possible way that Mr. Nolte here explained and that I said at the very beginning as well. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and what you think about Goodfellas. Let me know. I will talk to you soon. Bye.